So this is a new project bike. Like to call it a barn find, but it's not really. It's been sat outside for the past 7-8 years, not getting used. But over the last, the owner I bought it off had it 17 years, and done 1,500 miles in that time. So it's barely been used, and then it's ended up just sat in the garden, kind of left to rot. He says he managed to get it running last year after the tank was fully rust, so he cleaned that out. And let me just find the key. So he cleaned that out and put a liner in it. We managed to get it running again. Let's see if we can get a light. You can see it's already rusted, and you can see parts that are clearly still lined because it was a clear liner. But there is obviously a lot of rust, and I think you maybe just catch it there, that orange stuff, that's actually the fuel. So I think before the owner put it up for sale, I think he did try and turn it over. So I'm sure some of that crap's probably went into maybe some of it's went through the fuel filter and into the fuel pump, but I'll soon find out. When I picked up, the battery was flat. I've charged it, but I'm not even going to try and start it until I've tried to sort the fuel tank. So they've tried to repair it with a liner, that's obviously failed because it's been left to then sit for another 1.5 years. So I think one of the biggest things initially is just to strip out the liner and all the rust. I'm not planning to reline it. I'm hoping that I can just put something on the bare steel in the tank and stop it from corroding further. I just don't want to mess about with epoxy liners or that, because I know a lot of time they end up failing anyway. But basically I want to get it running again to start with, and then just start servicing it all and freshen it up. So it is a bit tatty in places. You can see like there is like rust around like the edge of the tank. The fairings are pretty scraped up, but I think it should run okay once it's got new brake pads, brake fluid. I think I'm going to put braided lines on the front. Possibly change the fork fluid and seals, although they're not leaking or that at the moment. They look okay. I don't know if you can see that. Look in okay condition, a wee bit corrosion at the top, but should be able to get that off. What else does it need? Obviously spark plugs, oil change, etc. And then the plan is to start using it for, but I'd like to get back into that. So this is the plan: get this running again, and then start doing track days with it, seeing as it's a bit more expendable if I did crash it than my other bike. It'll be needing a new chain as well. Well, it's probably salvageable, but I've had a chain snap on me before, so there's no point risking it. I would like to replace the shock, but trying to get an aftermarket one for less than £400 is pretty difficult. I may see if it can be rebuilt. I don't want to do it myself. I'd rather send it to a specialist. I think there's just too much in a shock to mess about with. It's got 14,000 miles, and yeah, looking forward to getting started. So I can't remember if I said it's a 2001. Yeah, so here goes. I think first job is just going to be sorting this tank. I've already ordered up a couple of things for trying to get the rust off, and the liner, and then things for trying to protect the steel after, and also a fuel filter and the gasket or seal for like the base of the tank, seeing as I'll be taking that off. And then see how that goes. If we can get it running again with fresh fuel, and a charged battery, then after that I'll start ploughing money into the rest of it, and see where I get to. But I do want to try and do it on a budget, so I've been shopping around to find out where the best place is to get each of the sort of parts. And then for the tyres, I'm probably going to get, I think I'm going to try and get used ones of some sort, either old like track day scrubs, or I don't know, just some used like sports touring tyres or something. We'll just see what's available in that size on like eBay and whatnot. And then I do plan on getting it back on the road as well, but purely to just sort of test out and see how it's running. So I will have to think about once it's all sorted. I'll probably have to think about insuring it, taxing it, and MOT in it, which isn't too bad. The insurance is like less than £100. Tax is like £6 or £7 a month. It's pretty cheap, with it being just under 600. Well, 599cc, so it's just under the limit where the tax bands go up. And obviously MOT is not too expensive, but I don't think the condition's too bad, considering it's sat outside for the past 8 years. I would have expected a bit more corrosion, although it's a shame because all this crap on the wheels, I've seen this kind of thing before. It looks like it'll clean off, but really it's sort of pitted all the paint, so that probably won't clean up too great. And then hopefully all this cleans up. It looks like it will a little bit. It's just kind of probably staining from the rain and rust from the tank dripping onto it. So yeah.